food also. Uyenina.
Send a Kabile.
Ya preso kakra wachi.
Oh, so I must start preso.
Kwajon phone adoso.
Say no ka say bete. O ka say bete.
Enti chairman.
Yeah.
Na was say nyuma kakra eno nso mampanyin ya hye yensa no. Abrena na no wo se yehwe na eno nso yedi hu dwuma enti enya bo apayo se won tainte yenka na mom no aya na adwuma bi di yakodi ba bi kakra but all the time bia no a ekwan beba mu no yehwe se yebeba o studio ha na ye ne atiefo nso abetwetwe nkomo
ye ma akwa ba
ya jo so bra kwa me na chairman general
yes sir
2025 mu ne we ana meboa
nyame adominti
Mommy na eyo mampanyin John Dramani Mahama yena nase
yo
na yenka se papa ni awo ye no to aso na ye ne saa
okay
bagwa me nra me ne me nyonku bi di nkomo na ye di nkomo no so yo opese oye businessman oko US Nansiana woba and o say oye transaction bi na transaction no a oye no o say sidi na hoden no assign ama na homede so ama anka transaction a nanka enkan no oya anka obebo ka be 50,000 no and the sa transaction no sa 50,000 abegu ni botom enti o sheda frame no say mo president Mahama number me frɛ no na me nana se ema no and bra kwa me yes I see the nsɛm for me and cat topic and all the but I think say it is important say ya beba betina hey ya ka bibi fa ho for me businessmen a omo wo omamu ha ene ekwan a sidi no ema ne homene so a eboa wo madwuma ene omudwadi omudie no eyade a ewo se ye ka ho asem yi pa sene be ya aban no nso benya nkuranhye na measures ana niema odigu akwan mu ama sidi na hoden na gina no saa niema no watakoso edi agu akwan mu na sidi na hoden na yeden atumi agina because the sidi ni gina chairman ye nyina no ahunsunsuanso no ebi ba yen so ayensunsuanso papa no ebi ba yen so if is say me phone ya wa hai say yamfa ne say $1,000 $1 na enkan sidi ni 17 Ghana cedi a chairman was say me sesa yes sidi ni bebre na manya dollar no kakra bi na matumi di akoto saa phone yi na mom se sidi na hoden ma ne homene so a mesesa sidi kakra bi na manya dollar bebre se ne be ya metumi de ayede akoto saa phone yi ebio yenuanom a sebe womkọ kwan so etitiri aboso kan so amefo womkọ chairman omo de dollar na eko eti so omo de dollar na eko na se womkọ na dollar no a omuhia no omo sesa sidi kakra bi no manya dollar bebre a na eyade ehuhia na wo se ebo aban no abaso ti chairman eno na me de etumu keke na yenna aban no ase yenna John Dramani Mahama ene na so afo a wafo omo a wo mu di sa adwuma no yenna omu na ase chairman
Kojo dan kwa me da CP Dr. Bernard Okoboya be pia no pay hey MB
the chairman general
that is a
I don't kuti
and I mean say we sidwuma our press conference
oh chairman general say oh into the public space the be bo Ghana for na o ma eye wo dadwin
na anope kwa rami ta kanda we ho no o successor
in fact me ba no me won so YouTube ntimi fa o se me chia no ba se na ne ni abre no o se enye ne no baby
and you real be say from aba because o ba ya da me ka che ne say well what you ko boy kana o se ko boy pa me tie ona no intilo o be face squarely me fa we ntwam na fe yending come very quickly Central University NADWay about Central University is pleased to announce the investiture ceremony of Professor Samuel Kwesi Dateba as the new vice chancellor. So Professor Samuel Kwesi Dateba is the new vice chancellor of Central University. The event will be held next Wednesday, the 22nd of October, 10 a.m. at the Trinity Hall Mutual campus. This momentous occasion marks a new chapter in the history of Central University as it formally inducts into office a distinguished academic, visionary leader, and accomplished professional whose career spans the fields of engineering, leadership, and organizational development. Central University, raising virtuous and transformational leaders. Dr. Kobe, now can be an amin to assume.
Oh, Pachotias.
Kwalamonfe.
Chairman General.
Me who said Wabomodia, Mammy Misa, uncommon echo saying disability conversation. You can tell.
Mammy Nikai Emfa Asida said, dear, Woody Lumba, no buy. Say, the inaugural John Ajekum Kofo annual disability lecture. Di kanono. Nyame duma afibia yebeye. Akuo 9 University of Professional Studies Accra, Conrad Adna Stifton, the John Ajekum Kofo Foundation, and a Rise of Youth and Disability International. Kwame nano ekoye pa. Di kind the stark reality of disability legislation in Ghana. Unia kumamia na mema inaugural lecture no.
Mo.
Na yeda asene na yedi kan da Nyankopon twedi ampo ase. Na nyame se o ma ho kwan ma ne ba so. The tosu bio yeda His Excellency former President Papa John Ajekum Kofo opine so se yemfa ne din to sankomodie fa ademdie ni ademdie mra mfie be se edunkunu nie ba Ghana na kwame yeda ase so bi mu a yeda na kobna nketi a otoso num ase se ofri esikado osikado mahene bank.
He came all the way.
Yeah, yes. Ebe di titrani ema yere ko yesu pa Vice Chancellor of the University Professor John Mauto na Benkufo obesi former President Kufu Anamu Mr. Francis Poku Honorable Obi Amwa Miss Evelyn Apia Dr. Henry Sedu Dana Ben Abdallah Mame Anna Sabroso Waterfall our country director of CAS. Wadamfu Jobe Dwansa. He was there. Engineer Andrew Kwesim, Onenire Monica Kwesim. They came there. Professor Shilo Osai, Minia Dennis Ofusua Pia. Who of us Unia Kenanku Esquire.
Kenanku Minia.
No, to na
short man devil. I mean, I'm a friend. Short man devil. Lawyer Kenanku.
Green Street, I walk of that Green Street. Any appear to anchor no member of parliament, bra, or much share, sir, Emray. Now, Chairman General, former IGP appear to
David Asante appear to.
No, to your life.
Maybe no.
That's right. A very gentle, good fellow. Now, Unia Abe Kusika. Any more year behind the scenes are more maso mudimu prayers.
Oh, monsieur.
Any more kind support. Any one more the cash buy. Ebi entimi modi. Ama program nitimi course so. Chairman General. Na nkomodie no de ka kosi ye ne se. Eye emra a nyame adom. Ye hyehyɛ ye 2006 mampani Kufu apen so. Parliament ejimu ani onyam hye ni bi. Afranu nyina, it was one of the bills our Parliament united to pass. Now when we yes so and I'm saying na ye ni a fund wo hunti former President Kufu e ka say ye fund this assembly common fund ho mu nchemu me isabre no mienu ne fa emfanka ho ene na Kufu ado adaroma akọ 3%. Mampani Mahama timi maso ma no ko enumu a eye. But the way 3% no eno na eboa ema assemblies no eye adwuma na kwa me caution bi epie wo ho. District assemblies and I say metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies are a share of the common fund I demand disability. I no omo misappropriating no. Now no parliamentary accounts committee. Emma warning. Let's say assemblies no. There's a guideline that was instituted in 2017. Say a better kwaya Disability Act and a fund no. You create through DACF no. Yedi be ye dwuma mesra omom pe bi na omon kan na ye nya se sika no ye tutu na se no na ye nuanom asabi ye di dem okwan bi so ye wa akuakuo mu so no ye mo ye ho modern kese pa se ye be asset ye right na no na me bo o ma ba so kwa me they came in our numbers APM 4 Pentecost ministry for disability and Adventist Possibilities Ministries. Wɔn nyinaa ba ma ne yɛ fɛ te aseda ɛna mede ma yɛ nyinaa sɛ deɛ yɛbɛsua wɔ hɔ no me kyerɛkyerɛ ni a ɔkyerɛ me English methodology ɛne content ɛwɔ training college kwasi subi ofiri Kumasi bae ɔka asɛm bi ɔsɛ deɛ yɛtie yɛ nyinaa no yɛkɔ no yɛnyɛ ne yɛfoɔ na nyɛ fɛ mɛsrɛ sɛ yɛ nyinaa no yɛde ɔsɛ bɛyɛ ɔyɔ na yɛahyɛ aseɛ so deɛ yɛnwie da Kwame nti na yɛka kyerɛ President Kufuor papa nea wobɛsom yɛ no yɛ ma wo nkɔ ansa na yɛkae yɛkae nnɛ ne ahyɛ ɔbɔ sɛ nea ɔhyɛ aseɛ no yɛbɛtoa so yɛbɛtrɛ mu ne ama no so obiara so ama Ghana yɛkae aman a yɛde yɛn nhyehyɛ yɛyɛ adwuma yie ɛdi ni ɛde ma sɛbi wɔnom a ɛdi dɛm ɛwɔ kwan bi so a wɔn so wɔ nimdeɛ ne ahoɔden wɔ kwan bi so bɛboa ma yɛ sikasɛm ne yɛ nam nto ne yɛ mamuo no akɔ yie a Ghana yɛdi mu tintima paa na sɛ yɛdi mu kan enti papa yɛda wase yɛma wakye ɛnɛ yam sɛ ne girlfriend se baako yɛgye no afiri nsɛm anɔpa yi
ne ma ne baako
ne nananom
baako ware
nti mefiri ano a
yɛma ne trinkwa
ne family nama yɛayɛ bibia kamakama
yɛma ne trinkwa
meda ase
kwabra. And then moving on up, Lamte King Rashid, it says, I'm listening to you live from Tema Gulf City. Good morning, Lamte King Rashid. And then Eben says, we're watching you from Canada. Regards to you all. Let Dr. Koboy know. I like his fantastic presentation on Agenda 111. And I'm about to say, now we're emergency back home. Messi Owusu. Messi says, I'm on my way to a Brie. The bumper to bumper on the hill is the worst I've ever seen. Please ask the Ghana police to come to our aid. Brie has become a no-go area this morning. Very terrible traffic. In Timpacho, Ghana police from Mutie, say traffic be a boss to Brie, Bopono Sonum, Momo Mondi and Amkobo, Messi, Osuma, Ejuma, me bumper, say police for EBDH, na Yabesha Mamum. KSK Erica Sari says during our standoff with JJ Rawlings, Alolga Katapori was referred to as the short man devil. Anyway, okay, C Poku Media Chairman General, good morning to you as well. Thank you very much for watching, for listening, for sending your message. Eben, good morning to you as well. And yet was no na I guess say obey panelist anope inti ne Dr. Koboy yo mushishe Doctor
Chawajana
enra we are State of Ghana's Health Infrastructure press conference na okay say 30 hospitals under Agenda 111 approximately 70% complete but abandoned by the NDC. Na oka la general hospital so hon komo ana emusika 130 million bia yesi ye voti amom oka so wonyinni but ora Tony Godman our customer health ministry edibetu just in di kan no 3 hospitals are commissioning of Agenda 111 they were not fit for use esane say na ye de appropriate any ye enye ready intino that is the status of those 3 hospitals now, the 130 million now can or say you are wrong. Okay, say all kind of side because he be in your now we na obeshobo seni baby no koso intine idea da doc your bonnet tower how to say
well I think first of all my brother
Kojo Dankwa
na macha Bishop Doctor activist Bishop no dey nye dey bi mu person mu fatu knowledge no dey ma wa bishop no but on fatu
and patroma musu Ebri girls no you say Ebri girls for omu bi school you say weekend the amount focus school okay Ebi ko school na bi makwan Ebri girls Okrapemang school too omu makwan. Oh, and yes, sorry, why? Yes, yeah, SHS for vacation. And INSR. Okay, they've cited the Brie Girls Okrapemang School, amongst others, and that weekend year vacation. Yes, I'm so day to be west. Where the Muni Musa. Udo Bakusquasam. Oh, my grandson. Dr. Pachetti.
Okay, Enti first of all no ene Miami senior brother Honorable Muntaka ne birthday.
Oh, Interior Minister.
Interior Minister.
Okay.
Your parliament, you know. Or you'll be very, very deep. Or you're very tolerant. Young MPs, no more young, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Take a particular interest in us, whether MPP or NDC. And or you mean you are being me person me wishing well.
Muntaka Mubarak. Minister of the Interior. Happy birthday to you, sir.
He's a good man.
Great.
Abraham, yeah, Papa B. I don't know. See Royal Cozy Hotel. It was far upper west. It was Jirapa.
Oh, Java Dubai.
Abrantia B. She say court a declare no. Say onona okum papa no or you guilty. Now I met the man on a number of occasions. Now papa no ye what I would describe as a good man, Mr. Eric Johnson. That me say yakono no. I didn't hear me ya papa. Eti me man yako.
Ebusuafone
yako. Enye obia no benya sebiska akọ ne krasi ohwe hotel no see na 4-star hotel one fancy nkran one fancy Kumasi or the call near the border between Ghana and Burkina eno ma Ghana for nyina eko hu Jirapa. So may God bless his soul. Now in the future no I wish to work with people from that place na see Momirabi. People like that must not be forgotten.
Yeah.
Na maka no Ibra Kwame. Unse regional chairman ho.
When you abreo.
Yeah, na o ya na ye didi ejuma wo ha.
Everybody chop for your website.
Enti ye maame ba kon ye woman organizer for Weja constituency. Madam Comfort Mildred Amofa. Ni kunu nyame afre no.
Ye man shedding.
Enti ochina na ye besie no ni kunu no. E wo New Jerusalem Presby Church. Mr. Samuel Kwame Amufa, aka Bongo Man.
Bongo Man has gone the way of all.
Of all. Enti Obia Meboana, your sister no, Yen Chichinure. Maka Winba Kwame.
Yes.
And many youth across the political divide. You are forming what we refer to as the Ghana Amalgam for Development.
Ghana Amalgam for Development.
Now, an amalgam, no, alloy. Or science. Alloy, chese compound beer, it was different metals. It's we no yeah manfra yaba together. The ebema Ghana for anyam faso ena ebeka. Na enu amika quickly nema miensa.
Quickly niama miensa no Aaron Edu says God bless Okoboy for his wake-up call on Agenda 111. The minister should not be angry. He should accept it in good faith to help Mother Ghana, Dr. Aaron Edu. And then Sipoku in Paris. My greetings to Okoboy and no Ewaha. And then Kingsley J is watching from London. Good morning, Kingsley. And then Wanblay is watching from the Volta region. Good morning, Wanblay. Thank you very much. This one says, I'm watching you guys from Toronto or Toronto. And then Okoboy, thank you. That's Victor. Okay, Dr. Azo.
Okay, the air can and tokwa. The air can say a lot of people don't know, but Ghana are buying under MPP administration sunk in $347 million into Agenda 111.
$347 million.
Yes, who converted using 14 Ghana cedi, the interbank rate then before we handed over power. That's about 4.8 billion Ghana cedis. Now, only 4.8. Now, size can from internal revenue, like government of Ghana funds.
Okay.
And your loan. Now, ya titi ya monre. Ama ya timi di 4.8 billion asha de mo. The misroni say my enjoy my say. That's all. About me. Ma identify over 30 communities are or more Agenda 111 akonenim anka. Attention was still not contractors in Yejuma. By now ye 30 communities. A Francis, mo amutemi a Francis Gomwa Central. Mo di enu di 82%. Barikese 74. Akim Suedro 75. Ewutu Breku 72, Manso Ewo Asene Manso Akroso Eastern Region 71, Brakwami, Impoho 75, Ofuansi 71, Abomosu 91, omodo makweni pa Atimpoku 72 so utuom ewon kraha pram 74%. Me brother Sam George. KJB Oti KJB district 73%. Passa 71. Garu 88%. Sang 79. Yagaba 76. Avedakpa Akachi North voter region 80%. Peve South Daye voter region 73%. Adansi Asokwa 72. Mankraso Bokro, in fact, last 3, no, Bokro trader ni kokobi ya commission here. Now, me brother now kasama health sector
Tony Goodman.
Anopa mi chiano. O mi nwa penyi mamba ase mi ni be gidi. So see na it was highly done na bibi na into chima. We want our people to benefit from investments. Say plumbing no na enye ya with all due respect. Contractor no here plumbing no, they work an unfair no. Finish. Welcome me. Me call you CEO for health insurance. There are projects I finished which were started way back in this era. Welcome me. Ye di money change say ye who say the ultimate nipa order ya kuma so enye politician o. Ye Ghana ni ona makachi. Di onam ye friend saying Savelugu. Di owo garu. Welcome me. Uye na ochina obi wo garu 30 year makan uko wie na obi wo garu na okoho a. Ochina onyina na odanya miasi ema o. Welcome me. Point I hear any say, and me, I'm a very reasonable person. Me can't say, I buy a card that's all in 1.8 billion so to finish. When you state the size of the problem, you might go to sleep. But start from somewhere. In 2 to 3 years, the MPP administration invested $347 million. All I'm saying is that in the next financial year, you even put in Kabila, senior, you put in even $20 million. It will finish 3. So that those in those communities,
can have access.
Then the rest will know that this is work in what? Progress. And one Okoboyka. Now, I'm very sensitive to the times. We are around the budget reading. Say budget way. The last time, me and missing that too. The other and say, one Ghana now are committed. That's where it ended. 1 year line be 1-0 up to any. Auditing nya di boni, but all I'm saying is that Chrome Haragami or mine ha ya hunyo ma bebre obi ti because of your auditing 3 years Haragami no you
yeah,
because in reality no na come mu no ade no mpese odi ni sabe den ebeka me can say sa na esi o, but if really auditing here close to 10 months here meaning say auditor no we contractor bi wo no we sika mu evidence deal with the person, but the why ejuma pa no you finish it. So all I'm saying is that this excuse cry Tony Goodman man misro kakra.
Sorry.
So because say it was hardly done. Ejuma no kra bi we. But what are you waiting? It's 10 months. If it was commissioned and some things are not there, go and make sure it is done. It's a continuum. See what coming. Me minti ave voter region. And I minti South Dai. But me kasama won because the work of a leader, the work of a politician is to make the world a better place for someone you don't actually know.
Okay, so that's about $347 million. Yes. At the time, according to you, yes, exchange rate was 4.8 billion. Yes. Critics of SAR project, and I'm more Mukasa, SAR project say, you prepare your $100 because $347 million, if you 20 hospitals at a go, in thinking one at a time, and then can get by now, your commission bear 25. What do you make of it?
Obikasa on company, say Ajuntre. But I won't say, Ajuntre we know about after the facts. But what I say, like didn't know. Say Debia ye China ye can one shot. Ye dear no boy your own commosa the asa. Broke I will not attempt to explain for the leader at the time. But when you are sitting in that big chair,
so we're president.
And you're easy, we're president. You know what I'm saying? So, Camila, imagine say we're president. Why I say 80 districts? Or you need proper district hospital. Now I can say, gentlemen, I have $350 million. If I said I'll start from all of you and reach 70%,
it's not possible.
It's not possible. So I'm going to choose 3, 4, 5 years and finish that one. The argument on why the 3 will go on one shot, what I feared happened was that nobody was willing to say that choose the other district over what me. So that might have led to why the whole work started off ground. But listen to what I'm saying,
Me too.
You have the opportunity.
Me too.
Low hanging fruit.
Okay,
sorry, Brakami. Yen for no grass say abandon or starting in our precono. Oh, Castle, 1 year, ebi anka was on started 30. But see, a year bon komoy, ye what 30 a ebi omo dri. Sebi odi awodi kakra shemwa within 3 to 6 months, ebebe. Sikazo odwe 30 way, sebi, because I kofa no, and yes, 1.8 billion now. Sebi you are buying we air coatino. So the Okoboy can say, welcome me. Meaning so you aware, but every hospital is an economic pole.
Because
bro, leaders, say political leaders sometimes you saka to me, you rate me few kakra. You don't have all the time in the world. You have 3 years if you're a president in Ghana. The last year is an election year. If I were the president of Ghana today, forget who started it. These 30 hospitals, I will summon a meeting every day. I will make sure within 3 to 6 months they complete it. So that health workers will be engaged. Taxi drivers will form their unions. People will start building them. Look, create opportunities. When you create opportunities, you don't need to beg anyone to say that you have done well. So the point I'm making is that there are 30 low-hanging fruits. Now, if nothing captures, if this budget or government doesn't capture these ones, and we come to next year, it means that it is in the 3rd year. And I will be consider one. If what we are all saying in this country, they say, you're starting in 90 money, and China and pro media have told the country that we sank in 4.8 billion. Now, me take Kasabisuna, Mami Mireho. There was no dedicated funding. Now, how can you start a project? Hey, 60-something years after independence, are we saying that every project we do for our lives as Ghanaians, it is a white man that must give us the money? Some projects can be funded with loans, but Uti a President Bidi Yayesi Kaya projector, Yeshana Ruba. We should pat ourselves in the back when we say that even for some bold projects we are paying it ourselves, and that pushes me to La General.
La
General had challenges. I was part of those who were negotiating with the Chinese and other partners to bring $60 million to do La General.
Now only Chinese for AD San common.
Oh, sorry. Now China for MP are buying the Omu Bon common. And post COVID no immediately we are see economy. I say I won't check Rabano. And Uncle say Omu Nyebium. They will not. In fact, although they had signed some initial documents, they are not interested in the transaction. So Emma, although not structural engineers a year assessment, I won't say dino death trap yembubu bubu yeno sikano emba enti based on the key role a La General play and as sebio correct pressure me can't correct pressure because say na me correct pressure na me ma abai no pressure heading for so Ghana for pressure enti no the MPP cabinet Ekufuado abai discuss your cabinet and said that say China need my scar and ya Ghana sika yeji e Ghana for no ye dey bi be si La General rakwa me yan tuakra we worked on 1 or 2 certificates. I remember there was one certificate, 7 million euros. The Tiama contractor. And no Emma or started a Jumano La General. From October, certificate on Modibe 2, Ministry of Health. They started working on it. I have free of it. Back on me. Honorable to forcing the 60 million Ghana cedis a share budget 2025 for La General. Yeah, Kasai say Ochina no Modibe Moma 1 Ghana cedi and film contractor. 1 cities your man. Now, brother, dear Miss, dear, how many say contractor and workers na ana ansana abansi say omo ye djuma obia ekofi. And whether we like it or not, Maka health sector in Accra, population of 6 million. Emergency beds are your bed that baby you said were too soon and do even 400 beds. The whole Accra.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, emergency beds. Uko Lekman hospital because any emergency beds are about 5 or 6. Just for 5, 6 down pay. Anything that they be just no bed no. Kolebu me about chairman I be some extra portion emergency. They say the whole Kolebu acquire 30, 35. Yeah, the wheelchair for Otina Sukawa it be 45 and do 50. So we need place be a best soak the rest of the pressure, and that's why La General is very key. obi say Okoboy na mo di 4 years 5 years mo nwie sa kasa na yen hwe yi wo Ghana ha because an say na Akufo-Addo be di president na Ghana enye man a na any wiase that's what I mean. Governance is a continuum. President Mahama and President Mills, may so rest in peace, were governing Ghana for 8 years. Yet the 8 years solving all problems. Anka Nana Bayeno, Anka also made a ceremonial president. Intimately, we had challenges in same 2 years. By Anko that, we paid one certificate, which means that we were committed. And we can make a way no mesre. When you know your contractor is cannot start your job. Contractor no sebi onye mibusu ani. What you see na war no. Rakam me Okoboy de nyame adom because all panier back one medidi. Enti me enye no na mama me adwuma. But be can so that me drive fa ho na Ghana for accommoding hospital no mo nya yansa. Na me ne wo mfa so aba ye ho. Say Chama General show no ye the pushy correct agenda. E na Okoboy nso eno so di nanu ehyemu. Me wie no me can be about other major health structures are say your debt exchange program no ema oma stole na ka me o share project say efia kwanta hospital na wo no say be dini na regional hospital ba okomu a say be I say e krasi bi hospital wo yes enti abanya kokudro e use loan arrangement in fact Amandi contractor na AC me ko ho me ni Mesa ultramodern hospital it can match any hospital in Africa. But unfortunately, they started debt exchange program, no, because we were not servicing loans. Disbursement stopped. All I asked at the press conference, he said, at least government should give us an idea how far the discussions are going. If not even today or tomorrow, tell us that in the medium to long term, something can happen. Raga, you know why I'm asking this? We have a history in this country. A champion started hospital be maternity block be Kokrokoo. About 5, 6, 7 presidents passed. Obia sheni di na watwem. Nanado nenya kukudro kakra and oko started the maternity and child block 500 beds. Now you know what happened? People don't know. Initially, we were going to continue with the champion project. You know? That was the cost idea contract. No contractor. Odru another report by ministry said because of some of the serious deep issues with the building, you know, all must come down.
Structural defects.
It even made the projects now more costly. Timaka me fear about me wa ha mun throw down. I say man started debate way. I'm obian sorry and June say in the medium to long term what can we do with this one shot in the next 20 years all these buildings. Say 138 million euros. New one IAC will Kokrokoo. That's the cost of the project. It's about 57%. I'm not saying that is the fault of this government, but I'm saying at least this government should give us a plan. The worst case in Zonka say, Ghana, I do I remember carry to yes beba. Enti obia block ofa wa na yiba. At least give us and please. Nobody should take this for granted. The only thing that makes a politician or leader wake up to start looking at certain topics is when they are raised on a show as big as your show. So, me brother Kando, or no, I mean you about Akupe. The American it is not at him. Sebio, I've been a minister before. If anything at all, the American Obia Bekabi is going to help him. You know why? Oko cabinet, we are health minister. The fact so Sebio Obiu and our hospital be said, and in Chesa on Sabeka show. Sometimes you know me call lobby orders. Me kai do say na po energy minister. Me ko hu answer na cabinet. Na ade no twema na wa ka bia mami. Obi an ka bia ma wa. Yeah, chichet scan sa ma dia sa. Hwe ade system million head share budget mu. Unse ya do October. We be ready next budget. One share any discuss is just start here. Miti say honorable account of cause I didn't need the finance. Ye be now I ready the next budget. So all we are saying is that there is an opportunity for this government. Now, I don't want to forget this. During the campaign, me body, you won't confirm from your side. You say, hey, I don't know. And I know some of my NDC brothers said that, hey, who said I will abandon it? And you know why? It's because some of the communities could see the thing manifesting. Yeah. And so we're trying to say we are politicians. We're trying to take advantage. Say, I do one shana, I don't know. But I think most of the citizens bought into the idea. Say, oh, a bed is say, I buy people banana wajai. All I'm saying is that say almost on my auditor,
Marty,
but it should not be used as an excuse. Now one shot, now I jai as say.
Okoboy Meda say, Obi say, as a leader, you make the hard decisions and choose a few and complete and sure it is running. My hometown, Abomosu, has one beautiful but not functioning. And Ode Eno Ebahe. That conversation should continue. Now, all the apostles of abandoned projects in the media are quiet. Now they are asking why they started without finishing. Can every government finish every project it starts? Killian Asamoah is asking. Steve continues his personal attacks on me. I'll ignore it. I think in dealing with continued projects by previous governments, we should consistently emulate what the Okoboy is doing. Say it every week. Dr. Aaron A. Doom. And then Aidan Ban says, since Okoboy was aware of these problems, what did he do about them? We want to know. Samuel says, well, I leave it there. And then moving on, Kwame says, you borrowed so much that the government had to default on its debt for the first time. The economy needs to be rebuilt before taking on projects. National Cathedral got funds, but not hospitals. Okoboy, this one also says, okay, I leave it there. Say, sending message.
Too quickly.
And then good morning, Chairman Journal. We are in Islington, London. Okoboy is one of my favorite politicians. Okay, Kwesi Nkrumah, thank you. This one from Biankov in Amsterdam. I hope I got the pronunciation right. O'Neill and Ponsa, good morning to you. And then let Okoboy also talk about unemployed nurses who are still at home. 2021 batch of nurses, which I am part, AJ Iao. In the Kasina Nankana West District, the Agenda 11 project at Paga is 70% complete. Well, the contractor has left site. Please ask Okoboy, does he have presidential ambitions? Okay. All right. Okoboy is a fine man, but in the wrong party. Daniel Afum Dakwa in New Jersey. And somebody, Reggie Rock. Not Rockstone, but Reggie Rock says we're watching from Nebraska, USA. Frimpong Matthew says you're watching from Cyprus. Kofi says, oh, we're in New Jersey. Okay. Right. Okay, now see one or two corrections.
The MPP administration is sinking, putting $347 million.
Yeah.
Sebi. I know it's a sign say something went into the project.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, you know, kakra aban way to be shame, it can take us somewhere. Timo Obi in Kasa say, Obi started Juma quickly. Kumewu Hospital. President Mahama started in his first term.
Kumewu.
When we President Kufuor Aban ena ewie. Me kai say ye call no you kai o see he was the first chief who went to see Nana. O you know anapa mi chan or a medical doctor.
Okay.
Jo ka Nana say Nana nyame nhyira o. Onua start here but you didn't abandon. People forget University of Ghana Medical Center. When we came, it needed a phase 2 before it could become fully operational. I was part of the MPs who approved the loan in Parliament. It was a John Mahama project. We approved the loan.
Professor Mills.
Professor Mills.
Actually, it was started in 2008 under Kufuor, but Nipa Kra Obeshemu Kena Professor Mills.
Yes. And this look, the East, it was started or completed more. It was more or less start. The majority was done under President John Dramani Mahama. President Kufuor, power. Nobody was in there. The East, it was under us that it was operationalized and made more or less the COVID hospital during COVID time. So some microphone or mukatem say, and I'm look, Obi or me from Drobonso, they have a hospital. It was built under Nana. Anyone listening to me, Oko Urology or Tramodi Hospital or Kolibu, President Kufuor don't see here. Obi or me from Swayem, I went there. Hospital one Kufuor don't see here. A Contabra for Tiemia. Omo Tramodi Hospital Kufuor don't see here. Bokatamanso or Tramodi Hospital Kufuor don't see here. Mim ewo Tramodi Hospital Kufuor don't see here. A Chelsea ewo Tramodi Hospital. Point ni say leader biaba oyebi. Men shena ruba say na wo dia agyan didn't no jai. Why you be there otuaso ye na nimra so awaye den wako. So please, men pray fight here on some things. Now you know my passion for these things I'm here to say. Obi say youth no here Juma. If you go to Lekma Hospital, within a 5 to 10 kilometer radius, activity at Lekma Hospital, it has something to do with the hospital. Omo move dead bodies from watching. Omo move to Ediani. You know, so I'm looking at the economic pole. Until we are ebe buan bebru and finally requirement. Mesre la general. saa 7 million euros na aban tua from internally no I was part of those who fought the government in court yamma obi awan ton was aban ya aban no mu say pay the contractor internally pay the contractor and 7 million euros no ekoye also oye 7 million euros kakakra ochena we'll get there.
And then this one says we are also listening live in East Street Market in London, and that's Master P and Kwejo Boache, Kofi Nat, and Akwesi Frank. Good morning and thank you all very much. And then Kwejo, before I meet you,
Chairman General. Health.
Apomoding
hospital honsem. And abeda openusui. For me, it is an important issue. So I do not begrudge Dr. Koboy say we raise issues, you know. Na utie Dr. Koboy ya. O si ye wura atoforsen ekai say he is committed. Say agenda 111 ya. Ye nua no mo hyase no. NDC aban ye baba bewie sa agenda 111. So for me, that commitment alone atoforsen amano Dr. Koboy aboso should be enough for him to know say ade no ye be den ye be if he say chairman
yes sir
share NDC aban ya abaya and then atoforsen kwa na akasa asem no owura John Dramani Mahama kra so ayeden akasi so say enema abanda da no a ye no atwam ko ye no eyade a ye beto aso ne ayede ye wie. And I can give you an example of some of the things abanda da na shase a na me no kasei abano has committed to making sure say obeye de obewie.
Great.
For instance, hwe akwan bia ye nuanom mo share ase hwe eye friend say poku ase hai e de ko eye ensawom ye buy over 800 million Ghana cedi u studio haya ana am say mu ye interview ema eye I think controller an accountant general
Obaha
a car say about 800 million Ghana cedi de akwakoshim. And so through the agenda friends and the big push agenda no sa akwani ni na yade a ehase under them and we are continuing enunti ne was a Dr. Okoboy ti ase ne say senia yaka no ye be hwe ne ya ne sa pepepe na Chairman General utie Dr. Okoboy utie I'm not saying say yenye utie Dr. Okoboy osio yes ye auditing enunti auditing no ye one of the your friend is reasons and I say ade a ye de be hye ho se ye ya ema ye nye eniema bi na ye de no abeye muamuaso ne ye de abuobu aso a ne ye nye den ye nye.
Ona Mr. Mankanesa. We see auditing is proper, but in the past,
you
know, one man to pressure it can be used as
so I am a desa wo kasa asem no. Bra kwa me.
Yes.
Hwe abaya ba emre bi basi ntwam wo kai eye koko eye root mpa cho kai
me kai koko root spa
wo kai say andadwo mahama ne ye share koko root ase ye share ase no menka say they have not been koko root but make us say your time you implement bibia na ye frɛ no eye koko root a na ye say ye de eye sika ye nya no bi na be ye den e be sa koko root no na emra ye share eye sa koko root na se no ana eye fofia ntoata na wadware abam ana Ghana forecast da bi NDC mon kokko tena fie ne enuanom MPP fo mra chairman okay say ye ko fie ne enuanom ba no mo be ka say wo mo be ye auditing me ba jo kai
me kai cockroaches
Emma ebeda di kura say you use some 10 million dollar bi ne de koye sa auditing no na ene Dr. Koboy nyamishira say wa me hunu say na auditing aye kan ye nyina no ne di brimbrim ye ni so emma projects e wo se ye no ye ntonko so nya den enye Chairman General ebio
yeah
Dr. Koboy so binom se adenti na omo MPP for be 8 years na 8 years no man to me anwie na governance is a continuum. Yes, it is true doctor governance de ntoaso na mom chairman ye was Dr. Koboy ti ase ne say enye yen Ghana fo and ye ka say we within 8 years it was they themselves chairman
And
no more my a ye boshe. And you see, aban biano sa ye beto abamawa. A ye bibia ye friend no a ye social a ye contract. And social contract na ye ni a man for the beka say me ya mamono and then a man for no hold you onto that a ye social contract. And so man, agenda 111 ye kate sort for agenda 111 in 2021. Na sa 2021 chairman pacho tie ni pa. O share a ye City FM online. President Akufo-Addo e ka asem bi ho. O say City FM online a year August 17th 2021. O say agenda 111 hospitals to be completed in 18 months. Each facility to cost 16.88 million. Akufo-Addo. And on that paragraph, I think say a year 3 honwa. O say the acquisition of the remaining 13 sites will be completed shortly for work to begin. Each hospital is being constructed at a cost of 16.888 million, i.e. 12.88 million for construction and $4 million for medical equipment. And all the hospitals are to be completed in 18 months.
Obviously, that didn't happen.
Obviously. Eti, chairman, ube sha me boss ube ye bibia mame. Enunti me to abama ma to abama. Me to abama wiye no. Ade no awo so obeye no se me de eye 18 months. Boso me mako dun woche ana me de beye.
Enti wendi ni boshe.
Boso me mako dun woche no aso atwam wantumi anye. Enu ati ne ye bebi sa say adenti na wa be she bosse dun woche boso me dun woche na boso me dun woche no wantumi anye. Unim say President Akufo-Addo ne minister then no ye minister in charge of information. Owura Kwadwo upon Nkrumah. One also ebekai on the year 1st July 2023 ebeka say agenda 111 project to be completed by 2024.
Amaso
enti bossa no na ye ahodo abien an ye no say the number one gentleman of the land was the first person who made that promise, and he broke his promise. Obreki wie no anoso man the minister and so be making the same promise say 2024 won be wie
and on so break here
and on so break here and you be the question is, are we still in 2024
25
now aban bi be fa abanya in less than a year 1 year, and the government has said say I have that commitment to finish agenda 111 anka ne was all ye say oba ban na ba so ka say when you opepa empo say ade awka say ube wie in 18 months ade awka say by 2024 no we wie na wantumi anwie no aban na nya sa opepa no say wo be den obeye commitment to it no wa hwe no wa den wa wie. This is what I expected of Dr. Kobai. But like I said, oh no, men cast wa condemn it, but I was saying ka bo aban na ba so what is here? I was like, no, so you see, gratitude is everything. Check
okay.
Oh, yes, gratitude is everything. Why? Yeah, back when I'm in the crane say, idea back where we see who say resources are limited. On my no, yeah, resources are punto na limited. And until say Dr. Kobo Ekraka said, so oko cabinet, and yes, oh yeah, health minister, na obi wuntino. And your president and as a cabinet beka say, yemfa sika yenkukur sika ma na fa kohwe na amanfo wu na omu no etonya de tuntwa. Enti say you see ye cheche resources na. Sabe ebi benya bi ebi nya dan enya bi. Enti for a government to say me committed to do this alone. Brakwame I was here born about na sharp binding crime. No he no why den. No ye send ye be ya me no mienu na na ye hwehwe na ye nsa betimi aye den. E betimi aka. And chamagena.
Yes sir.
Adia back where was here tiase na say Omampanyi John Dramani Mahama like I said. Emra ye born twice in 2024. Okay say Oba no be reset Ghana. And as part of the reset Dr. Koboy I was here tiase say Owura John Dramani Mahama near man you see President Mahama. Wa be dia banya pan onim senia etie when you are in power anameboa it as part of the research no wono mi gimi di se eniema bi asi wa ban bi a atwam ko emfa ho say NDC aban na say MPP aban in the past no he will not repeat a say enunti o hwe bibi ti say ayapom hunde apomuden ho nsem a eyade dan na kuma so bebre chamagena because you see the first term under onem Mills a call on also be taking over. Look at the number of hospitals. Year President Mahama, why they were built there. And some of them, they abandoned it. Share me and Casama feature. Chama, when say, me na me regional communication officer, my NDC were poor mantem. I'm the regional communication officer. Now, Oko a year betifia. Betifi a year referral a year hospital. Yen yan mo ba no. Na ye do nim pon so. I was say Uncle Mutin Bear the Umbevi. And so by no much chichi. And Dr. Koboy, you were the health minister. So it's San Yama way a course we and someone can be Bontiabaka answer me. And Dr. Koboy as the health a young minister. I was saying how the chopper cry ma a year Ghana for. So oh yeah crano. Then your money be was saying yeah to me anya your pamochosi to me anya then anya nasi to me completely. No, I'm not saying that. Oh we are no part only we are. No waka so o man panyini ya part we and near my ye shas ye no say be ye wie ye behwe say anase ye besre say mo beto aso no my den no ma wie na no ye hunu say we are having a conversation but ekoye say akoye so aban no abandon ye hospitals agenda 111 agenda 111 chairman general ye ba ye any 1 year mpo afi mpo ye ni you and me I am a dead. See you no more complaining, sir. What it means is that John Mahama is doing something. I buy behind you, then you be that. Within 1 year, a month for me, I can say, was so to me way, it was so to me way. Not just say, oh, yes, something which is unprecedented. And until I was saying, now you're then, you're born a basso. Chairman General, a ban health, Dr. Okoboy, now me doing saying about something like even Mahama care.
So the program is
oh, na say makachero. No, the crack no machero. Say we have shown that a year commitment through a year the minister and the president, of course. Why? Na say statements na mokoye ya mo. What do you know? Oh, you the Dr. Kobo mami. Chairman na me say Dr. Kobo as a former health minister and as a health practitioner no. And can you money be wo about health? I also continue her cry. Call Bora John Dramani Mahama Basso. Mahama Ke. And severally material radio so I can say yes some of the diseases in Yemani Bia, a chronic a year the idea no a quiet be fast way be so before I say we ask one I told the Bia was papa crap at the free wa. We na yika krana meboa. So President Mahama oh yade Mahama Ke our launchy a yade beboa because we are health practitioner. What they say now we feel wa I feel now we have who so ko be and I ask that Chairman General.
Abasu
Make us Abasu nko. Chairman General.
Yes sir.
No krana na say Dr. Koboy danase. Nemo Ra John Dramani Mahama de na reset agenda no so oba be no. Enema bi a atwa mu kɔ in a year whether MPP are buying NDC are buying in the past no. Ura John Dramani Mahama is not going to repeat same. And it is a promise just as the minister has said say a year agenda 111 no wo share boss obey in 18 months so share boss 2024 obey na when to me anwie no yen as NDC are buying and sanwa ya mamu ebekwa wie no sa agenda 111 bra kwa me ye be na ye complete na Ghana for then enya ho emfaso because just as Dr. Okoboy said the business aspect of it alone ebe boa ma Ghana for then enya dwuma aye meji John Dramani Mahamadi meji NDC abandi enti Chairman General on kana kuma nto ne yam onya opepa say eye aban papa bi aye den aba na agenda 111 no a wo mo sha ase no mo awie no ye be wie e de ama o chairman
me da say agenda 111 na ye wie no Okoboy Kojo Dankwa showbo say ni bebia ye be wie ama Mami Ajwa says please let us also remember COVID. We shouldn't delete COVID in the way it treated us. Okay, this one says, ask Kojo Dankwa if he has also not abandoned some of his guys now that he has power. Fred Kojo says that. Interesting. Kwabra, yeah, is me I can be the chow. Me here about say I can be 14,000.
Me say me nuanom mienu ni nyina etiase say me tie wo mo no. Asem krona no mu mienu nyina eka. Na futu a me de be ma nyina ne say ye modern say ye betwe ye ho afri competitive conversation ho ni akọ collaborative conversation.
Competitive conversation, collaborative conversation. Media.
And top leadership and management best practices. Focus on collaboration. obakofo bia no no nko betumi aye bibia da enti me na maye wei wona wunye wei it is neither here nor there. And I think some common mood is a strand I take from it, even though it appears to be competitive. We can move away from there. 2, Dr. Okoboy can say bina minya kujuswaka. Chamanjena. President Bien one more than bottom sika na bibia magana. Nobody. Kwame Nkrumah didn't. Buzia didn't. Liman didn't. Rollins didn't. Mills didn't. Papa Kufuor didn't. Nana Akufo-Addo didn't. Former President Mahama and current President Mahama is not going to use his pocket money. Yakasa on my idea. Mampani Kufuor a pension ye persons with disability law. Ono na obo modern say yemfa 3% of this assembly common fund. Enfama disability because the law didn't create a disability fund. Strictly so. But Sabi, me Papa Kufuor. This assembly common fund now you dimu 3% there kwa no. Na dream no dey buy. Ni bottom sika. Dabi. Your mind no dia. In the spirit of that no. Ye ti asie ya. Maye we no. Ye be susu. Ye be breye ho ase e wo sa nema no. Na de to so miensa kwa me make an say. Enkomo a minuanu mienu nyina di e wo han mo kire say. Dear President Mahama be ye nyina chi. He won't be able to solve all of Ghana's problems.
David. And that's so bien to me.
Yes. And the dear Mampani be a bayin in a chino. Abaso body ye yina yene adeno, as I say, so. Because it has the tendency to trigger a debia, a bema complacency aba. Abrakra yen stebia. And Kojo can say be a me person. Promises are good. But history teaches us that promises are as good as their fulfillment.
I understand that you can.
Boshe.
So Oshe about 18 months.
Me too. Say, Nkoma would say the kasa ye no. The o kafa nanado the o kan ye ho, the ni ministers be kan ye ho. Woni say senke ba mu a, enka ho make sa reference no. And no necessary ye de etu ye ho fo the Boshe a anabo a Mampani Mahama ene ne finance minister minua after forcing e hye no ye de tu ye ho fo say ebinu hyebo ya ntimi anwie enti ene ye hyebo a wo ka say ye mfa Boshe no emfa na ase enyi aye no wo mo de no zeke ye ne saa enka ne ye gusu ana na me di tufo Mampani Akufo-Addo yes our statement say ye be wie 18 months no me ye article bi na am say omo antie mo so mo tie anke be boye 111 agenda 11 na me ka say yen stagger no into 30 21
and Okuboy ka say that na yentu obi ano
good
because the politics so kakra.
Thank you. But Kwame, the point is that abako central say ye pre ho e wo nipa ye limitations ho dodo.
Openya je kum ka asem so abebre.
Thank you. Hwe na wotwe mu. Rala Odinga okọ. Ade ba ko say ye hu ne say nipa. Wonim die nyina achi, wa ho di nyina achi, wo sika nyina achi, wo nyansa nyina achi. You are limited. That is what you are. How for say mutun dan tarani.
I say anything.
Nipa, you can only be 9. You can never be 10. Bakiya kai goma. Ke dan tarani. You are 9. You can never be 4. You can't. And in doing that, you know, politicians, we must learn that. Sabi. To me now, you are my no.
Nipa ya 9 no, and my you blocks went to any.
And that's my 111 so yet
and for me, that is what we must all take. And we will leave this platform agreeing that as some papa say Mampani Mahama Edin who was say, there ye shall say yantimi wie no, onyan to ho. Obebo ho modern. Na ono bebo no ho modern no. Dear Dr. Koba Okaye, any dear Minia could do down Kwakaye. Yan to say, and you suggested that. Say, a ye do no more. Young shall say, you, Yansa. You see a bien.
I'm sorry, the commercial say with 88.
I know. But at the end of the point I'm making ne saa na kwame last point petroleum management Revenue Management Act 2009. My civil society organization was the only youth group that contributed to it. When they finished the act, one of the things they said oil revenue. Yen target them say 4 sectors. Afi biya. Na yen timi my yen spread it sikano thinly. What did we do in practice? From 2009, we were choosing more than 16 sectors.
Meanwhile, you see, oil revenue are
confirmed. Starting EITI for almost audit. No, I feel about no. Ya chesikano trase sectors near diacono and to me impactful.
Obia ntiminya ne beso no.
Ya fabro so said ya chewing more friends
biting more than you can chew.
Ya ka bro de beko ya num. Afre na ya sen ene ya pantan ene atwe ade na ye ho saa kwa me kan wie no de mesre ne se ya pomudin ho nsem a ye ka wasem sebi etoda sebi kwa me ka bi sebi
metie
cost no a enunti yentimi wie no, and these are researched findings by experts in contracts any other international bodies be sure they are often too highly inflated. Adia mena misi me dan me di 30,000 be no o mind you say 230,000 abeka na sebi eye wo se anawuni adia enka be ye ne sa 2 kwame the observation say ye di nepotism and I say kwadwo ye minua say kwadwo betumi o kwadwo ntumi o kwadwo ye minua nti se odidi ho me de be ma no ye ma ministries a your ministries say ye juicy ministry a enye juicy. If public service is about service, it's not about which ministry you go, it's about the service you do. Adwuma na wo kwakoye no na no na me di wie se kwame your whole psyche about your governance, any public service must change. Government no ani ya o broni kokko no omo be ye omu ye di kono ye twem ho enti awa ye ntofo a ewa ban mu enya se wo mu omo se omo ye remove from us and yeso ya ye omanfo no so ye nya se ye hu ye ho se ye remove from those who lead us ye hu ye ho say we are together na who protocol chinchina de enye ya mamre ne amane kra ye de be wurawura mu ese no ekuye ye nyai na ye ma nananu mumra mu na mede nananu mu ba mu nti na mi wie se enyemfo wo Ghana ahemfo be yet me kan ahemfo
okay
ahemfo wo Ghana kwame nipa binuma be wurawura mu a egu ahemfo anim ase ana ahemfo anim ase Gazette holding chiefs who are not customarily installed. They are no chiefs. Maybe.
Interestingly, obi every a betifi about in kind mami akosia fosua e most timber market or say near kojo dankwaka na no kre the Kwawu Abetifi hospital was 90% complete. And for 8 years, NPP Anyahoshi. Yes.
1 second on that. Obika 90 is an exaggeration, to be honest.
It's
they were about 40.
Oh, David.
I know what I'm talking about.
Make videos now.
I know. Who say contractor no year Abetifi no. Ono no year Kumewu Formula. So I worked closely with him. We completed what's the name, the Formula 1. Completed.
Then what happened to the Abetifi one?
So what happened was that there were serious problems with the contract. Sebi schedule na omodi ye jumano based on the contract arrangement it should have done all but time all we Kumewu ni formula no they are now upper chairs and scan more or less asa so the state had issues say na yama scan ade na onja Abetifi so more or less no say we should make us no na at fault but scan in sakano or see exactly. So the state now had to find another way to find separate money from what did Fomena, Kumewu, and I think Dodowa. Or no, Dodowa. Very nice hospitals, NMS.
But Dodowa was John Mahama.
Yes. So International said we inherited that thing from President John Mahama.
Okay.
So but now on your 9 and 10. So
could you don't you be a bell? But very final message.
Before you go on, all I'll say is that just like I'm speaking to this general one, as a state, we should come together and find out to resolve the problem. I tried my best. I met the contractor severally, but it's Kasem. Sometimes when you push it, now I copy. Attorney General me call. In fact, Governor me got in chain a more trial opinion. I did all I could to resolve the abetifi problem. Sometimes, about the issues surrounding something will not make progress. Let's also see what we can do in our time to resolve it. Yes.
Chairman.
Send me to me,
oh, Dabi, Chairman,
but before you come in, he blocks on the the amount man yes you be say no say na promise o say me 200 so you fan kai we say nipa
doctor boy
yes na onipa o share bonu na enye boni the o share boss of 200 blocks no I'm sure the fellow meant well and na e be o share na ho din but na nipa ye 9
and yet that me could you give you one way
mutum dan tarani
na Kabila yenu abakwa pie kusie bie pie area. May I ask, when COVID-19 hit us, we had only 88 districts out of the 261 with medical facilities. How could any government decide which one to leave out when considering building new facilities? We couldn't have done only 30 and left the rest to their fate. At the very least, the foundation has been laid. We need to complete them for our people. Carlos von Brazzi. Somewhere in Accra.
Just to put it right, I didn't say we should have chosen 30.
No.
I said the 113 no. 111 no. Nan kayen yenchichem say ye 31st. Ye second ya demand 13 but ye dikia ye we are complete na commission ye de toso na nka me sure say nka ba na ye wie
but and now ko boy say edru on politics be kwajo yapon yemwe
chairman yapon no
yes yapon na me dey ne aka na chew it menye me 9 10 menye me 9
way about the student loan trust fund
skaba
sika de chairman unim say ye buy e was student loan me my boss Dr. Sajida you realize in the previous administration for the past 6 years you approve loans the school for it first semester second semester but the buy nyamencha de ministry no advance sika de ba and me no can say omo school approve loans mo na first and second semester no fee stress and so about 125,000 students and the reimburse sika de amawom ebio chairman o share ye nuanom o madi dem and you see it ties into what niamo kokoye no ye nuanom o madi dem disability obekaya one of the promises Awura John Mahama ye na say ekwan bam no be Ghana mampanyini biwa free university from exactly and 24th year ye be launch saade no wo Atrako College of Education Madina Hoside the new place
Atrako Accra Training College
exactly
but they say a College of Education
but
Atrako Training
24th Awura John Dramani Mahama ebeba Atrako and ya launch sa free education for people living with disability. Exactly. And you know, chairman, you better on Sadia na muna mo de mo chita abeta yachi. Na Minya Kabila we no was oba. Na 24th.
We'll talk about it.
It's chairman.
Kwame, are you there mamema additional so that December 3 is World Disability Day. The next activity will be towards that. We will collaborate to make sure that we put disability conversations at the forefront of.
That's great.
Oh yeah, now, Dr. Bernard.
Asam, there be a make catcher no. So in dark horse. Political science, you can't dark horse.
You be Janis
It's an emerging phenomenon. Now, my catchers are usually who
2 minutes past 11. Thank you for joining us by ear, voice, text, and eyes. Thank you to Kojo Dankwa. Thank you to Dr. Kuboy. Thank you to James Kwabena Bonfe, A.K. Kabila. Kofi Kumbilson is next on your radio. The next news broadcast is at 12. Nyamia Dum na what you see, Trababi C. And Friday the 17th of October. Good morning to you, Mami Efia. Thank you very much for listening. Yes, you're Friday born Mefia. Thank you very much for listening. And this one says, greetings to Chief Inspector Osere Kwampim. Chief Inspector Osere Kwampim, Station Officer, Tema Community 8 Police Station. Keep up the good work. Maenia Metimi, Memena Son. Senamika Kofi Kumbelson is next on your radio. And as always, leaving you the book of Numbers in the Bible, Numbers 6:24 to 26. As we're riding to the weekend, keep your dreams and hopes alive is all you have. We all know it's a tough world out there, but still we rise. The Lord bless you and keep you. And when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.
Peace FM. Peace FM.
Darling.
Yes.
Na den won fa pila so moto mo kwa hinfa.
Me koda kunwan mo hall ho.
Ei, na boni ba ma ye wa free mpa so koda hall.
Me koda hall say. Wo ka so koto Oson's gripe mixer. E dia bra bofre ma bofre e je su akoto. We abofre be su akeka yasum. E dru ba bi kra e kra. Afi no be cross e pia de kra. Me koto famu ani.
Mira, ene de odika, ene de wudi bim. E che se minister sa bofra ne yam ya ne ya. Oji frama, osun, opre. Na sa woman no Oson's gripe mixer no mo a. Na adwene from ebema na dama wo fo no so kra nya kwa da. Na che se ne me nya kwan me kokro ma mantem.
Da ben ya to dru afiri Oson's chemistry a e di hwamoda.
E bi nsi da.
Na dent na wodi Oson's gripe mixer. Abram bofre sa bofre hu beto wo mo. Na wo nya ntem kopi. Wo kwaje se me ambe kopi bi kra e to bra bofra na